Welcome back to Houston Life. If you love Houston and fashion as much as we do, then this next segment is for you.
Designer Katie Kime is launching a new fashion and home decor line all about Houston. It's being released today, and Katie is joining us now for the big reveal. Katie, it's so great to meet you. Welcome to Houston Life.
Thank you for having me.
You know, your headquarters is in Austin. You're a North Carolina girl. Why this big Houston launch? I mean, this is very exclusive to the city.
It is. So we have this toile collection that we've been working, on for a couple of years. Houston has been a big one that we've kind of been waiting on. How do we do it right? We did multiple iterations of the drawings because we just did not feel like it captured the city the way that it needed to. And so finally, I feel like the day is here for us to kind of show it.
We can't wait to see some of the items. We did get a sneak peek. We can't wait to share with our viewers what you've created. Let's talk about the backstory though first. You said that you got to a point in your life when you knew you wanted to create things. What was that point? And also talk to us about your childhood, because you sort of marched to the beat of your own drum.
I did. I still kind of do. Yeah, I wanted to make things from a really young age. My mom was actually a middle school principal, and so every day I would ride the bus to her school, and the art teacher started showing me first how to work on a pottery wheel, then about pastels. And so it was super early on, I just became obsessed with making things. By elementary school, the tight rolled jean was the trend, but I was into bell bottoms, and I can remember the whispers in the cafeteria room. And I still feel like when I walk into the office, they're like, what is she gonna be wearing today? So yeah, it's in there from an early age.
It's a true designer, I think, when you can wear what makes you happy.
Right.
Let's talk about, Katie Kime, your collection, because your design's very specific. Where you were mentioning the toile, and you have several different collections with cities across the country: Nashville, Austin, Dallas, Marfa, now Houston. When you were creating the Houston collection, what spoke to you for the icons in our city?
So one thing that we've done in every toile collection is worked with locals to help pick the icons, because we wanted it to be that authentic. So my head of sales and marketing is from here, so she helped, and just even with does that look right? Does it not look right? Does the Westheimer Road, is that really the depiction? So she had a huge input, and then we knew we wanted to do the ones that would stand out nationally, like the Astros and NASA. So much of the storytelling that we want to kind of share as a brand is behind the really historical things in a city, not just, chips and queso, even though that's on there too.
Right.
But just a lot of the history we hope we incorporated.
Okay, so we've been seeing some images, and we do have some of the Houston collection. I want to talk about the ice buckets, because for some reason this building went nuts when they saw your ice buckets. What is it about an ice bucket? And this, by the way, is part of your Houston collection. This is the orange wallpaper featuring some of those iconic spaces, the Astrodome that you mentioned.
Well, so the ice bucket, I think it might just be, one, it's celebratory, which we try to talk a lot about, but also I think it's just so giftable. But wallpaper's one of our top sellers, and so we can't wait to see how this one does.
Is this peel and stick, or is this you have to be a total pro to do this at home?
You can get it in both.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So it can be like a dorm room, apartment type thing in the peel and stick, or your traditional, tried and true.
And the thing about this photo, I didn't realize I needed an orange bathroom until I saw that
right?
wallpaper.
I know, it's speaking to me. I love that your whole collection is not just clothing, though. It's home goods, it's paper, and that's sort of the love for paper happened to you in college, right?
Yes, yeah. I did a digital printing class and bought my huge first Epson that was in my dorm room, and started making some stationery. So just always been doing something like that.
And today, you were just explaining to us that your office space, the production, the distribution, you're housed under one roof.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize that we do 75% of what we make is on demand, and we house those printers, we own those printers, we're doing it on demand in Austin. A ton of care goes into it. It's not some mass thing. It's very, very personal to the customer and to each order.
I love it.
Cool.
All right, should we get a sneak peek? We have some models standing by, both named Katie. It's a triple threat here with our Katies. And so we have a couple looks. Let's take a look. And here's the iconic orange. I love this whole entire setup, Katie.
Thank you. This color. So this again was some of the native Houstonians in the office saying, we gotta play to some of the Astros love, but also we love bright colors. So this was kind of a nice way to do both. And we've changed this material quite a few times, always trying to improve it. I'm really happy with it. We're always trying to make it better and better, but this one's a really, really good one.
It
It
looks
is-
flowy and light.
And
Yes.
fun and whimsical too, because the longer you look at it, you see the River Oaks Theater, you see the old Westheimer sign, the oil pumps, a cowboy hat, baseball, of course. So you really have captured so many favorite things about Houston.
Thank you. I mean, I do feel like once you start looking at it, you're like, oh, there's, all these little things you don't notice at first.
Right. And we should mention, too, the tray she's holding is also in the same design, which is really beautiful. It's a great conversation piece to have at home, too. Put your makeup or jewelry. It's lovely.
And it does have that same design on that base. Katie, thank you so much. Model number 1, Katie. Model number 2, Katie. Come on out. Glad you kept it easy for us.
And then this is the white and blue version.
Yep. So in every city, we've tried to do a white and blue or white and black, and then some really kind of iconic to that city color. That way, all the 12s don't run together, right? Because if they're all the same, I think white and blue or black and white, it's hard to tell which is which. So in each city, we've tried to give some flair and then a classic.
It's so nice. And there is that
There's
ice
the ice
bucket that
bucket.
everyone is obsessed with. And the ice bucket comes in the orange and the blue and white
Correct.
as well.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. Well, Katie Kime, thanks so much. Can you tell us which city might be next on your list?
I could tell you, but I'd have to kill you.
Can you give us a hint? Is it in Texas?
There is another one in Texas coming.
Okay.
Oh.
Wheels are turning.
Galveston?
I don't know.
Padre? I don't know.
We can list them all
Baytown.
off.
We'll see.
Well, this collection launched today. Congratulations.
you.
We love it. And we're happy to have Houston part of that collection.
Thank you
It's
so much
awesome.
for having me.
We appreciate you being here.
Actually, but at San Antonio, I changed my guess.
Okay.
Okay.
You're going to pick
We're
that
gonna
one?
live there.
You can check out the complete collection by heading to our website. We posted a link to Katie Kime. It's going to be under that Scene On section of Houston Life.